Hi, I'm Jason Dean, and this is Mr. Henry Saltine. Today we're aboard the USS Schwashki. We snuck into a spaceship that was about to take off. We took a guy hostage too, but that's a different story.
So let's get to the top 8 list. So my criteria is this. Each one of these franchises really didn't have anything to do with space when they started, and then gradually went to space or just randomly went to space. And that's how you end up on this list.
So Mr. Saltine, are you ready to go over our top 8 franchises that went to space?
Yes, I am ready. Leprechaun 4, Leprechaun in Space. The Leprechaun is trying to woo a princess from another planet, and there's a bunch of Marines that stand in his way. We have cheesy sets, we have cheesy visual effects. The only thing that stands out is Warwick Davis's performance as Leprechaun. He always brings his A game to it, and you know what? He's still good at this. Ironically, after the Leprechaun went to space, he actually went back to Earth and he went to the hood, and I would highly recommend that more than this movie.
Lep in the hood, come to do no good. Lep in the hood, come to do no good.
Hi, Henry Saltine again, reviewing Critters 4, when they took him to space. This is a generic Gremlins pretty much ripoff, but the critters actually are kind of cool. Although in this movie, I don't think they're that cool. I didn't feel this one. With the premise, with the story, I wasn't engaged. I just felt like I was watching a cheesy sci-fi action movie. The movie really fails. I just wasn't feeling it. They took him to space. Cool. Now what?
Chill out.
I believe it's at this point the critters truly jumped the shark, like the Fonzie did in Happy Days, Season 5, Episode 3. Can you believe he actually jumped a shark? What the hell were they thinking? The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. I know this is a weird thing to add to the list, but I have kids, so I watch a lot of kids movies. I introduced him to the Brave Little Toaster, we watched Brave Little Toaster 2, and then we went to part 3 and I realized, oh my gosh, they took the toaster to Mars. This totally fits on this list. It's a kid's movie at the end of the day, but it actually is one of the better movies.
I will be reviewing Dracula 3000. Let me tell you first off, it's terrible. It stars Casper Van Dien, Coolio, and the girl from Baywatch. She's the only thing that's good about it. This movie's terrible, don't watch it. But they took the franchise to space after there were 2 other sequels before this. That's pretty much all I have to say. Save your time. Don't watch this movie.
Fortress 2, Reentry. The original Fortress was actually a really cool early 90s movie starring Christopher Lambert and the bad guy from RoboCop. It was directed by the late Stuart Gordon, who did a really great job. I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's about a guy trying to escape an underground prison. You know what? Since the first one was underground, I actually think this makes sense to take this one to space. Actually, that works. Although this movie isn't as good as the first one, I do still find it kind of enjoyable. Christopher Lambert is still good in this. He's got that charm.
Someone has to turn off the lights.
And it's neat seeing the early 2000 space effects.
Hellraiser Bloodline. This technically is a prequel, a sequel, and a bunch of other things. But it is part 4 in the series. This movie is set in space and it opens in space, but I think that's because they edited it later to be in space. I know this is confusing, but this movie had a troubling production. It was originally directed by Kevin Yeager, and then it was directed by the guy who did Halloween 6. Hellraiser Bloodline takes part over 3 time periods, and my favorite part was actually the part in space. Unfortunately, they don't spend a lot of time in the space. I want more in this space. I want to see Pinhead in space, and they didn't give me a lot. I didn't care about the 1796 part. The 1996 part, whatever, it was fine. But I wanted to see more in space, and that's where I think this movie failed. Give me Hellraiser in space. If you're gonna go to space, give me more Pinhead in space. Sorry, I'm getting heated, but I wanted this movie to be better because I love the Hellraiser series, and I love Cenobites and all that stuff. I have a long sexual thing of Cenobites, and anyways, let's go to the next movie.
Jason X. We've had 9 movies before this, and this is part 10, and gotta take him to space. I guess they just ran out of ideas, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really disappointed by this one. This is where they take him to space in the future, and of course there's a bunch of horny teens on a spaceship. You follow the same formula you used to do, but at the same point, just because it's on a spaceship doesn't make it better. And then of course they try to make him Uber Jason, which is this new costume, which looks terrible. This was Kane Hodder's last performance as Jason. It's a shame he went out this way. I would have liked him to be in Freddy vs. Jason. That would have been a good way to go out, but what can you do? Moonraker. All right, picture of the year. It's 1977. Star Wars just came out, and The Spy Who Loved Me just came out, which in my opinion is Roger Moore's best James Bond performance. And at the end credits they say, James Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only. So they're all set to go, and then a little movie called Star Wars came out.
It was a big movie.
Big movie, you're right. And I can imagine the producers being like,
Star Wars, biggest hit of 1977, guys. James Bond, friggin' good hit too. What if we mix James Bond and put him in space?
of course, take James Bond to space, and it just gets ridiculous. Can we have just gone from Spy to Love Me to For Your Eyes Only? This one is dated, it feels wrong, and that's why it is at the top of my list of franchises that jumped the shark. Luckily, the James Bond series was able to come back with For Your Eyes Only and just keep going and getting better and better. Anyways, that's our list, and it was really fun going back and watching these space movies. Subscribe and like to the channel. Is this thing transmitted or not? Yeah, I hear you. What's up? Good. Gentlemen, my name is John Johnson, head of security here at this station. You guys just ruined your life. And by the way, what the hell is going on with that guy back there? What sexual things are you doing to him? We're not going to do anything we're doing. Don't worry. I have law enforcement coming from each angle. There is no escape for you guys right now. You will be spending the rest of your lives in jail. So give yourselves up now.
Security is everywhere, dude. We're screwed.
You understand what I'm saying?
What the hell are we gonna do?
Jump the shark. Jump the shark. Do you understand what I'm saying? God damn it, they did it. God damn it. Can we stop that ship or not? Whoa. How am I gonna catch these guys in space? So can someone tell me that? Whoa! This is freaking intense!